For almost 50 years, Butlers Pantry has provided world-class catering at top-class venues across St. Louis. And joining us from Butlers Pantry is President Richard Nix Jr. Welcome, Richard.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, in 50 years. I mean, that's amazing.
Well, I owe it all to my parents. I'm really lucky that they started the business in 1966.
Gave you a job.
Gave me a job, and really, at a young age, they gave a lot of my family jobs. But it was a family business, and I'm obviously a second-generation operator and owner, and so I'm excited to be here.
So you grew up with this in the family. Obviously, you probably worked through high school and college at the family business. So how has it changed, and how did it start over these 50 years?
That's a great question, because catering really has developed, and hospitality in general has grown over the last 20 to 30 years. And Butlers Pantry started as a full-service caterer over on Del Mar, right by I-170, and then grew and grew and grew over the last 50 years. But I will say that the first 20 years, catering was a lot different then than it is today.
So what was it like then? This was in the 60s, 70s.
Right. You know, there was still the stay-at-home mom, or there was always somebody at home. Mm-hmm. That has obviously changed, where most families have a two-family income. So moms and dads don't have as much time to be at home and prepare things for birthdays or for weddings or for just casual entertaining. Mm-hmm. And so that's probably one of the biggest changes that has happened.
So has your consumer changed now? Because back then maybe it was it businesses, or was it individuals, weddings, that kind of thing? And
well,
now
and again, businesses 50 years ago didn't entertain to the extent that they do today.
Right.
So again, a bank might open a new location back in the 70s, and they might have a little open house for their customers and for some of their good clients. But today, our businesses and industry and nonprofits, social events, they just have grown dramatically.
Right. And I know that now Butlers Pantry, you are the caterer on record, if you will. I'm not sure what the correct term is for different venues across St. Louis. Was that true back then? Is that how our...
Clearly, there weren't nearly as many nice venues 50 years ago as there are today. The demand from our clients and from our clientele and from our patrons is, we need something interesting, we need something new, we want to do something different than just, say, a hotel ballroom or possibly their country club. Mm-hmm. So that has brought on a lot of new locations, a lot of really interesting locations, and given our clients lots to choose from.
So fast forward to today, 2015, what's your typical event, and what's the smallest event you'll cater, and what's the largest?
Another great question. You know, we will do dinner for two, and we will do parties for 2,000 or more. Mm-hmm. We have been with the Great Forest Park Balloon Race for almost 30 years, I think, this year. They're celebrating their 43rd year in the park. And so Butlers Pantry has been there a lot. So we might feed up to 15 or 20,000 people over that weekend. So, you know, the numbers range.
Yeah, but you'll do dinner for two. That's
we will
impressive.
do dinner for two, exactly. It's not the most inexpensive thing to do, but we do it. And we work hand in hand with our clients. And one of our trademarks, really, for 50 years has been our ability to work within our clients' budgets. So not everybody has the same amount of money to spend. Not everyone wants the same thing. So our team at Butlers Pantry has done a great job of sitting down with our clients, developing a relationship, and really working each individual event with its own stylized menu. Very creative.
And so what are some of the venues that you typically are going to in St. Louis?
Well, the Piper Palm House is really a unique venue, and I know that a lot of people that are watching are St. Louisans, probably lifelong St. Louisans. They need to come back to Tower Grove Park. It is a great location, one of the prettiest parks in St. Louis. And we work there at the Piper Palm House, which is the oldest greenhouse west of the Mississippi. We operate Sunday brunch there on Sundays, and then obviously we do a lot of weddings and corporate functions at the Piper Palm House. We also work at the Missouri History Museum, another great location for us, where we do a lot of catering, but we also operate Bixby's, the restaurant. And we've been there for almost 6 years, and we've grown that restaurant, and it has quite a little, has a great following and a lot of nice awards that have been placed upon us there. Mm-hmm.
And we know we're going to talk in the next segment about the Coronado, where you're doing some special work. So we're going to take a quick break.
Perfect.
And we're going to come back and talk a lot, to hear all the details about what's going on over there. So more with Butlers Pantry after this break. Stay with us.